Greeting to AML enthusiasts. Today, we shall discuss the latest additions of warning signals, more commonly known as red flags, to the AML, CFT, CPF Guidelines for the PSPM Sector, issued by the Ministry of Law in November 2023. These newly added red flags are relating to the emerging financial crime risks, which are proliferation financing, misuse of shell and front companies, GST missing trader fraud involving precious metals. We shall discuss the meaning of these concepts and indicative red flags in more detail. Proliferation financing refers to an act of providing financial support and services which are used for the manufacture, acquisition, possession, development, export, trans-shipment, brokering, transport, transfer, stockpiling or use of nuclear, chemical or biological weapons, that is weapons of mass destruction, and their means of delivery and related materials, including both technologies and dual-use goods used for non-legitimate purposes. The common PF risk indicators are when a transaction involves designated entity or individuals, higher-risk countries or jurisdictions, entities with known deficiencies in AML, CFT or CPF controls, or the possibility of misuse of shell companies. Shipment container with a changed number or a container which is renamed. Shipment taking a circuitous route. Shipment of goods inconsistent with normal geographic trade or consumer patterns. Inconsistencies in information, such as trade documents, financial flows, final destination, ports addresses, etc. Another red flag is the misuse of shell and front companies. Money launderers often use shell or bogus companies that are operational only on paper but are used to move funds without any real business activity or assets. Further, criminals also misuse front companies, created to act as front businesses, mixing legitimate business operations with illicit funds to avoid detection by authorities. Red flags indicative of such misuse of shell and front companies. Pass-through transactions. Additional layers are created to mask proceeds from illicit activities. Transactions pass through entities that do not serve any real economic purpose. Round-tipping activities. A series of transactions are carried out by passing the illegal funds through various entities, ultimately returning back to the original entity, creating a web of transactions to wash away the true origin of illicit proceeds. Hidden relationships. Hiding complex business relationships between legal persons using nominee arrangements, complex business structures, or mixed use of personal and corporate funds to buy precious stones, precious metals, or precious products. Use of similar name entities, setting up front companies with similar names without any real business activities to carry out illegal activity, making it appear legitimate. Missing trader fraud is a fraudulent means to cheat the revenue authorities, where the seller collects GST but does not submit it to the Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore. Under GST missing trader fraud, the supplier does not account for the GST or pay the charged GST on the sale, while the same amount of GST is claimed as input tax credit or refund by the purchaser. Red flags indicative of GST missing trader fraud involving precious metals. High-value deals by the newly established supplier. Very quick turnaround of high-volume transactions. Back-to-back purchase-to-sale agreement. Out-of-the-norm credit terms. Too-good-be-true deals recommended by unfamiliar introducers. Scrap gold bars in a condition not ordinarily traded in the market. Evasive supplier trader. Material changes in the transaction with existing suppliers or customers. Hope the discussion helps you detect potential amlcft and PF activities and helps you curb the same. Stay tuned for more informative videos. Thank you.